What's up, Twitch? What's up, Twitch? Hello, twitch.tv/The Trident Network. This is I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. I am the titular Trent Dozier of the show. It's so great to have everybody here joining us on another beautiful Wednesday evening, all across the world, wherever you are, for some improv, baby. We love it. We love improv. First, before we get into this week's guest, someone who I am very excited to be improvising with yet again. We got to introduce first our technical support for the show, Val Agnew. What's up, Val? How you doing?
What up, Trent?
Val, correct me if I'm wrong, but a little birdie called the internet told me that today is your anniversary. Is this true?
That is true. It's my anniversary of my first date with my husband.
Yeah, I did see in Michael's post that he was like, this is the anniversary of our first date. So do you guys celebrate? Do you celebrate multiple anniversaries, or is it just more like you've clocked these dates over time? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we celebrated that anniversary first, right? Because like we didn't get married
Naturally.
until 3 years ago. So yeah, we still celebrate it. We ordered meal tonight rather than cooking, and
Treat yourself.
Yeah, we treated ourselves, and we were extra nice to each other today. So we celebrated.
Oh, lovely. Love to hear that. We love Michael here at I Love Improv.
He loves you.
Great. Love it. Love to hear it. And we love Val, of course. And we also love the Trident Network, which of course we are a part of. You are watching, as I said, this stream live on twitch.tv/The Trident Network. This is the Trident Network's streaming channel. The Trident Network is, of course, a three-pronged provider of entertainment through many digital mediums, such as podcasts like this show, or streaming like this show, or pre-recorded digital content, which I think also technically this show is. So as I've said before, and I'll say it again, this is the perfect show for the Trident Network. It's unbelievable. Also, if you would like to, please hit the purple subscribe button somewhere. Oh man,
Other side.
Here we go.
Yep,
Somewhere down here. Yeah. And you can subscribe to the Trident Network's Twitch channel. The Trident Network streams not just on Wednesdays, but Monday and Tuesday as well. There's a lot of great content on the channel always. And if you are an Amazon Prime member, you can get a free subscription for a month to the Trident Network's Twitch channel. And of course, if you are a subscriber to the Trident Network Twitch channel, you get to use our special emotes, which are, of course, the Trident Network mascot, the Party Dolphin, and he does a bunch of cool stuff. Why don't you throw some Party Dolphin emotes in the chat, Val? Let the people see what they're missing if they're not subscribed right now.
It has been done.
Sweet. Also, one last thing before we bring on our guest. As you know, last week, the Trident Network celebrated its 1 year anniversary. So anniversaries are going around, huh, Val? We had the Trident Network birthday party, which was streamed live on twitch.tv/The Trident Network. And part of that was the Megapod, where all the podcast hosts from the different Trident Network podcasts all got on and podcasted together. And Val, I believe that's going to go up on all the Trident Network podcast feeds on Friday. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Great. So if you're subscribed to this podcast feed, or if you're subscribed to any Trident Network podcast feed, look forward to that on Friday. Or if you're listening to this on a podcast, you might have already seen that it's come out because you're hearing this a week later. I think that's it. Val, any other things you would like to mention, or should we get to our wonderful guest for this week?
Let us go. Let us just
Let us go. Let us go. Let us go. We're gonna do improv again. This week's guest is someone who I have been very fortunate to have done quite a bit of improv with. I think a pattern has emerged recently where the guests have been people who I haven't been able to improvise with. And so it was great to do improv with these people for the first time. But this is someone who I have done improv with a lot because we were on the same Herald team together at the old IO Chicago back when I lived in Chicago. This is a performer who is just a wonderful ball of energy. And I'm so excited for everybody to get to see them do some improv right now with me. Please welcome to the screen, the one, the only, Miranda Rozas. Hello, Miranda.
Hi, I was so tempted to hide my face. I was like, what if?
Oop, sorry, we just have a blank screen, everybody.
I think she's peeing.
Miranda, how are you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Out here just celebrating everybody's anniversaries, trying
Woo
to
woo.
Do you have an anniversary currently or coming up in the future or something?
No, that I can think of. Not that my Chicago anniversary is in August, but that was the
Yeah.
But congrats, Val, for your anniversary.
Oh, thank you so much. 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's impressive.
That is impressive.
I know everyone thinks we met doing comedy, but we didn't. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, we met at work.
Oh, which is comedy in itself.
It's true. I mean, we did. In fairness, we
work
worked at
is
Groupon,
humor,
which is where every comedian
yeah,
that's so true. So it was basically like
an improviser's delight, if you will. Oh, okay. Let's get into it, shall we? We are going to need a suggestion to do some improv, of course. But before I get that suggestion, because here at I Love Improv with Trent Dozier, we like our suggestions to be hearty and robust. So instead of something like a microphone, we want a suggestion of Trent and Miranda are microphone salesmen who are vying for the top spot in microphone sales for the week, and they are also rivals. Whatever, something big like that. You get that?
Perfect.
Now, if you have seen me and or Miranda perform before and you have a suggestion locked and loaded already, feel free to throw those in the chat already. If you have never seen either of us perform, though, I am about to tell Miranda what I love about Miranda as an improviser, and maybe that will help inform you as to what type of scene you would like to see me and Miranda do. I don't know. Only you, the viewer, can know the answer to that. But as I said, Miranda, it's time. My favorite part of the show where I tell you.
I'm already so red.
every week. I know we say this every week, but in our pre-production meeting, we were talking with Miranda and I was like, and then this is the part of the show where I, compliment you and talk about like all your good stuff. And you just have to sit there and awkwardly accept it. It's always awkward to accept compliments, especially someone humble like Miranda. Miranda, a very humble person. But sucks for you, buddy, because I'm gonna give you some compliments. Miranda, I truly love to improvise with you. You, like I said, in your introduction, you're like a ball of energy and a ball of joy and like just like pure happiness. Like as a person, I think you encapsulate all those things, and I think that really shines through when you're improvising. Never do I watch a Miranda scene and I'm like, boy, Miranda seems to be a little cranky today. Even if you're playing like a cranky character, it's done in like such a fun and silly way. Silly, goofy, these are words that I would use to describe you. And you are like, whenever you describe someone as silly or goofy as an improviser, I feel like you are the highest level of whatever that type of improviser is. A short little anecdote. I think Miranda knows this. I think we've definitely talked about this before, but her and I were both on separate Herald teams and both of our teams got cut. And we were both lucky enough to be placed on a new team, which ended up being Slice, which I have talked about. Slice, which I have talked about on the show before. And truly, two people really stood out to me on the list of people who are going to be on the team that made me say, yeah, I really want to be on this team. And Miranda is one of those people, because to that point, I had really only seen her perform. We were friends, I think, at that point, but we had never performed together. And you were and are someone who I just love watching do improv because of how much joy you play with. And that's something I always try to bring to the stage.
I start crying.
So yeah, Miranda, you're just like, you're one of the best freaking people around. It's just true. Do you agree with any of that? Do you disagree with any of that? What do you think?
Every single word.
Good. Love to hear
you know what? We did talk about that because I remember getting the and I think the only person that I really knew was Laura, and that was because we were on the other team together.
66 Mustang, we can say
66 Mustang. Come on, Stangs. And the other people like me, Alexa, and Kyle, like we were in classes together, which was so awesome. And that was the first time I met Ariel, Carl, Will, Dan. And so when I saw Trent's name, I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, like Trent's like the best host at IO. And I was like, we had already known each other. I'd seen you play so many times. And I was like, holy fuck, am I going to get up there and say poo-poo on stage all day? Trent's like an improv genius.
No.
But it was so, yeah. I love Slice. It was a perfect little blend of perfect people.
Yeah, a lot of great people. In fact, I would say 10 great people on Slice, a team you can now no longer see. But what you can see is me and Miranda doing some improv right now. Val, what are we looking at suggestion wise?
We have a great suggestion from Having Fun and Good Times.
Hey, Ooh! Having fun. Now that is a name worthy of what I assume our scene's about to be, which is having fun and good times, baby.
Hey,
what do we got?
Come on.
All right, here's what we got. Trent and Miranda are coach and player alone in the locker room after a game. A big-time scout from LSU was at the game to see Miranda.
I was about to say, laissez les boto rouler. Whoever is watching this, come on, Louisiana.
Yes, Miranda's from Louisiana, so get ready for some of that to come out.
Okay. So a scout from LSU is coming to watch.
Or has just seen
came. So this is post-game.
I just seen. Amazing.
Great. Yes.
Amazing.
Right. Have fun.
Okay.
Thank you, Val.
Thank you, Val.
Hey, Ricky, great game out there today, bud. I need to talk to you about something, okay?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I don't want to get your hopes too high. But
how did I look out there?
No, you looked great.
Physically?
You physically looked great. I didn't want to tell you any of this before the game because I didn't want to put any extra pressure on you.
Do you mind me washing my hair, Coach?
Do I mind you washing it? I do. I just shouldn't be.
Come on.
You know what?
Coach.
I'll let you.
Let men be men.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, technically, you're not a man yet, just age-wise. So I don't want to. You know what?
Coach?
I probably came into the locker room a little too soon. I'm seeing that now.
I feel comfortable with you. You've allowed me to feel comfortable to get naked in front of you. I tell all my friends that. I tell all my adult friends.
No, okay, Ricky.
I feel.
Oh, damn it. Okay, that could explain a couple things, a couple emails that I've gotten recently. Okay, I'm starting to see a little clearer now. Maybe I'll just step out, and when you finish the shower. No, you're good.
No, I'm all done.
Okay, well, I didn't want to tell you this before the game because I didn't want to get you have any extra nerves or anything. Sorry, who specifically have you been telling that I've been around in the locker room when you shower? Just what adults? I'm trying to get to the bottom of something here now that I'm realizing.
You know my adult best friends because I have my teenage best friends. Those are my buds. The gang, Wolfpack coming at you. And then I have my adult best friends. Like Principal P, Vice Principal Z.
Oh, no.
student counselor D, you know, P, Z, and D.
P, Z, and D. Okay, so you have told Principal P and Vice Principal Z about me, how comfortable you feel around me in the locker room.
Yeah, in detail. They always write it down.
Indeed. Oh, they're writing everything down. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really.
Yeah.
I gotta. Okay,
Don't,
I definitely.
Hey, no, they get it. They get it. It's bro code. We're all just comfortable. This is a team. We're
Ricky,
like best friends.
Yeah, we're all best friends. We're
best
great.
friends.
It's a great alliance. Rick, can I just ask you, Ricky, to tell me exactly what you told Principal P in your most as best as your memory can provide, word for word? What did you tell Principal P?
Oh, absolutely. I was hanging out with Principal P, pretty classic me.
That's
I was
classic
in the
you for sure.
office. We had a couple of drinks. We were just kicking it back. Me and Principal P and Ricky.
Can I ask what you were drinking, Ricky?
Well, the classic Ricky drink.
What's the classic Ricky drink? Was it alcoholic in nature?
Of course. What?
Oh,
I'm not. Yeah,
God.
I'm not one of those dweebs who doesn't drink alcohol with an adult. Come on, get a life. Try something for once.
Okay, so what you guys were drinking? You guys were having some drinks. What did you say to Principal P about me?
I was like, I just feel so comfortable with Coach because he's one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And Principal P was like, he got a little jealous because, me and Principal P are pretty close too. And I was like, hey, man, remember, I can be a person who likes multiple people.
Yeah.
I can be a person who has a strong relationship with multiple people, So I've been teaching Principal P a couple of things about just being a person. And so we were sipping and we were talking, and I was like, yeah, I just feel very comfortable with Coach, and I feel totally comfortable being myself, saying what I need to say, and if that means that I'm naked, then I'm naked. If I'm clothed, then I'm clothed, and it's always together, just what you instilled in all of us, the whole team.
Okay, and just out of curiosity, you said Principal P was getting a little jealous, but I would love to know exactly, word for word, to the best of your memory, what his reaction was to that.
Oh, he was furious. He was like, you're hanging out with him? What? I'm so angry.
Okay, so it
was pure jealousy. It was all jealous rage.
To clear something up, Ricky, he was more mad and hung up on the fact that you were friends with another person, and he wasn't so much hung up on the fact that you said you were naked and I was there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Principal B has always been wanting to be part of the Wolf Gang, so.
Right, but the Wolf Gang is you and your young friends, right? So that's why no adults are in the Wolf Gang.
Wolf Gang coming in strong.
Wolf Gang coming in strong. That's what they always say. I hear it, when the Wolf Gang's coming in.
Wait,
okay.
So what did you have to tell me about the game?
Oh, yeah. What did I have to tell you? That's right. Okay, there was a big time scout here from
oh my God.
Now,
from Broadway?
No. From LSU. Go Tigers.
Louisiana State University.
Louisiana State University. Go Tigers. Go spelled G-E-U-A-X. Go Tigers.
Wait, spell it again.
G-E-A-U-X.
There you go.
Did I spell it wrong? What did I say?
I think you said G-E-U.
Yeah. Go Tigers.
That's amazing.
Yes, but I gotta tell you, he was very happy. That's why I came into the locker room all pumped up, because he wants to talk to you about a potential scholarship to be playing football for the Tigers. But two things jump to mind. Number one, seems like you might be, despite being really good at football, you might be more interested in the arts in some capacity. And number two, based on your interactions with Principal P, I think there might be a scandal coming down the line on his end. Not because of anything you did, but it doesn't sound like Principal P's being a very cool guy if he's trying to hang out with the Wolfgang all the time.
Principal B's the coolest guy. Oh my God. Principal B, he buys me alcohol. He calls me when he's worried about me. This is totally,
Ricky.
this is friend thing. Wait. The LSU guy's not coming to scout me for my singing?
No, he did not come to our football game to scout you for your singing.
You didn't send him my reel?
No, I sent. Well, I did, but I didn't send it to the football scouts. I sent it into the LSU drama department, like you asked. So they're not gonna. The drama department's not gonna come scout you at a football game, Ricky. They're gonna come scout you at a show that whatever the fall musical is.
I did all those dance moves on the football field. Hoping,
Those,
you know.
yeah, but those were celebratory and not necessarily choreographed meticulously to a Broadway tune.
Well, did you notice the tune every time that I made a touchdown?
No. What was the tune?
Defying Gravity.
Oh.
Did you notice the choreography every time I made a touchdown?
No.
I would switch from my uniform into the witch's uniform. I think, like how they do.
Is Defying Gravity in Wicked?
It's in Wicked.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah. So, but I mean, I guess, Coach, I mean, if they want to scout me for football, then yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
No. Ricky, the football people want to scout you for football. The drama people are interested in you for a drama position, a drama scholarship, but they, like I said, they're not going to scout your drama ability at your football game. They're going to come and see they're going to come see Wicked later. Okay. So I don't want you to give up on your dream there. Okay. Now,
thanks.
Good. Yeah. Keep your chin up. You're a great quarterback. You're an even better Broadway star, potentially, I think.
Potentially? It needs to be definitely. If I'm going to go, do you know how many other people have the dream of being a Broadway star? If I need to do it, I need to do it with the mentality that I will defy gravity. I will defy others. Mm-hmm. I will be the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
To know potentially, Coach, you taught us that. Only right. Definitely.
Yeah, you're right. And I wasn't saying you could be I wasn't saying you are potentially good. I meant if you became a Broadway person, there's huge potential for you to be a star. But you're right. That's the motto that I put over our lockers. No potential, only facts. And the facts are you can sing, Ricky. You can throw a ball, but you can sing. And Coach. And that's what we should focus on.
Have you ever thought about being a father? Have you?
Every day of my life, I think about being a father.
Because I got to tell you, Coach, you've been like a dad to me.
Oh, Ricky, goddamn.
You really have.
Ricky, honestly, you and everybody on the team feels like a son in some capacity to me. And every day I curse the heavens every day I curse God that he gave me these bad balls that I can't reproduce. And no. I just, sorry, I shouldn't have said that in front of you.
That's okay. I talk about my balls in front of you all the time. How come you can't talk about yours?
Because of the age discrepancy and the power dynamic. I understand about equality, but it's just...
You taught me that.
I know I taught you that. That's what we have over here. Equality is everything.
Equality is everything. And what's right below it?
Football is life. Broadway is life.
Do you see why I am who I am?
I do.
Why I feel free to talk about my sexuality with adult men and young men and women too.
Yeah.
And anyone.
Anybody.
How I feel free to be a football player, but also a Broadway star.
Yeah.
Because you, Coach.
Ricky, I'm just so proud of you. And I want to do right by you. I want to do right by all the players. I just want to make sure that Principal B's not doing anything that you are uncomfortable with.
No,
Because
no.
if he is, I'll fight him. We'll do a teacher fight. Both of us will pop our tops off. We'll be, stripped to the waist, just a couple men fighting for you, fighting for your future, fighting for the future of the kids. But if Principal B's out here doing anything inappropriate, Ricky, I want you to tell me, and I'll step up. I'll be your dad on this one, and I'll protect you. I'll fight him.
No, Principal P is really cool. I'm telling you, Ricky knows what's up. I've got a good teacher. Ricky. I've got a good head on my shoulders, and I know when people are being weird and when they're not, and I know when people are being real and when they're not. And Principal P, he's just being real. He just likes a couple kisses now and then, but he's just being real, and there's nothing weird.
Okay, and to be clear, who does he like these kisses from? Wait, hang on. Let me record you saying this. Who does he like these?
No one. No one.
Ricky, who is Principal P asking you to kiss him?
Coach.
Ricky.
Remember what we said. Equality is everything. Football is life.
Broadway is life. No potential, only facts.
Facts.
So, what are the facts?
And I want that on the record.
Ricky, are you kissing Coach P? I mean, Principal P?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay, I've stopped recording.
Mm-hmm.
So who is coaching, or who is kissing Principal P?
His wife.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's
my
disgusting.
Ricky, I need to have a talk. Who's your English teacher? Because we need to have a talk with them about the way that you present information in a sentence. Because
I present that very clearly.
No, I'm here to tell you you didn't. I just think you could be a little more precise with your language so that everybody in the room knows exactly what you're talking about, and there is no possible way to misconstrue what you might be saying to one person or another.
Okay, for example, I'm talking to you and I want to tell you that your body looks really good right now.
Don't.
What's so wrong with the way that I said that? I said that in a great way. Your body looks really good right now.
Yes, but Ricky, you are a 17-year-old.
In the shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah, thank you. And first of all, thank you. I accept the compliment. I appreciate it. This is a new shirt. I was worried about how it would fit, but I'm glad that I'm looking good. So thank you for the compliment. However, maybe it's not necessarily that the way you are delivering your words that are that's a little suspect, but there's a power dynamic that you need to understand. You are technically a minor. You are a 17-year-old senior. I am an adult, and there are certain things that seniors or minors should not be saying to adults, like you should not be commenting on my body. You certainly shouldn't be kissing any staff members, You should be kissing other members of the Wolfgang or people the Wolfgang's age.
All the time.
Okay, that's great. If you and the Wolfgang are out there kissing, that's fine, because you are all of consenting age with each other. You understand?
Well, then does this make sense? We kiss each other's lips.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense, and I'm happy. Whatever brings the Wolfgang closer. If you guys is okay.
And other body parts.
I hesitate to ask this just based off of the speech that I just gave you about power dynamics and whatnot. And there's one word in here particularly that I'm really thinking I shouldn't say, but I'm going to go forward and ask the question anyway. Ricky, is the Wolfgang just a group of you doing orgies together? It's okay if it is. It's okay if it is. But is that just what it is?
Describe orgy.
Hi.
To me.
I know. Legally, it seems like I shouldn't.
I don't know what the definition is. So I need you in this locker room with just us here to describe what an orgy is.
Okay, technically an orgy is when a group of I think it's got to be like, I don't know what the exact number is. We'll say 3 or more people, but I think you could
Okay, we have
probably,
that.
based on threesomes or foursomes, you could probably make an argument that it needs to be 5 or more people for it to be an orgy. But anyway, it's a group of people all consensually having sex with each other.
Oh, yeah, that's what the Wolfgang is. Coming in strong, Wolfgang.
All right, that's the scene. Wow, I honestly think Orgy Territory that's the first time that's come up on I Love Improv.
It's definitely the first time you've been forced to define it. That's for sure.
That might be the first time I've been forced to define orgy in my entire life.
I would have defined it the exact same way as you. I'm like, almost positive it's 3 to 4.
Yeah.
It could be more.
It feels like 3 or more constitutes an orgy, but not all orgies are. No, I gotta workshop that.
Yeah, because it's
a Venn diagram, and there's overlap between a threesome and an orgy.
Yeah, exactly. Like every threesome is an orgy, but not every orgy is a threesome.
Orgy is a threesome. Oh,
I did it.
Okay.
I got that.
Like squares and
I'm learning a lot.
We're answering the hard-hitting questions here on I Love Improv every week.
That's it.
Oh, well, Miranda, that was great.
Ooh.
You playing someone, something that we are told in improv is to always play to the top of your intelligence. And I think you did. This was such a great example of that, where clearly you know that it's inappropriate for a teenager to be talking to a superior this way, or not a superior, but an
adult,
an adult in that way. But because you know that, you as the actor were able to, walk the tightrope. So it seemed like anytime that Ricky was about to cross that line, because you are fully in control, you can be like, oh no, this is what I meant. And I thought that was such a good example of 2 things. One, you playing to the height of your intelligence, but still masking it. And 2, I feel like you are really good at playing an idiot, because you always play the idiot. Like, you focus on stuff that you know how to navigate. Miranda know it's inappropriate for this kid to be talking this way, but Ricky doesn't know. So it's beautiful to watch you kind of do that dance. And I knew that's what you were doing. So I felt comfortable kind of walking you all the way, like basically holding your hand and walking you all the way up to the line and being like, are you going to step over the line? And then for you to put your foot up and be like, nah.
No.
I thought that was great.
I really, because man, it was so funny. It was like right when we got into it, and I was like, okay, I'm coming in hot with the fucking
Mm-hmm.
I was like, here we are, we're on this train and we're riding it. And but I totally have to agree. I think like with you, Trent, I feel completely comfortable knowing that like we can teeter totter and have a really good time with it, but in no point, like it's very easy to play with you, because it doesn't feel like at any point where something like that it's like they're like and I feel like you can just stabilize it, and meanwhile I'm like and you're like, okay.
Well, I will say
in a really funny, amazing way.
I will say, first of all, thank you. That's great. I really appreciate that. I also feel like you are someone who, like, if we did that scene again and we reversed the roles, I think that, like, I like to play an idiot like you like to play an idiot in that same style.
Play an idiot.
Conversely, I think you are also a great stabilizing force. Like I was, for all intents and purposes, the quote unquote straight man in that scene, and you were the, wacky character. And I feel like you also do a great job of being a straight man in a scene. Like you can
Oh,
go,
thank
you can go both ways. Your skills are vast and many. So
Thank you.
it's good. I like that. I also loved that you know, the suggestion is always there to kind of guide the scene. And I loved that your initial offering to me was so strong, because I was basically going to come in and be like, my first line was essentially like, here's the suggestion we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But you gave me such a gift by being in the shower, one, and being an idiot, number two. And it, you know, it just gave us so much more to play with. And I love that. I loved being able to jump on that and immediately being like, oh, here we go. Miranda's a dumbass. Let's try and finagle this.
She's a dumbass and she's getting naked and we're alone. Yeah, and it was so fun because I feel like it's exactly what you're saying. I felt like there were so many moments where it was a good like now I'm gonna try to use sport terms of like lobby it up and then like knock it out the park of for the both of us. I felt like I was able to lobby you some and then you were able to lobby me some, and then so it's like the lobby's not the word, toss, pitch.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, you're tossing the ball up and I'm smacking it out, and then I toss you a ball,
and you're smacking it
you
out.
smack it out.
Like the concern. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say we had a bunch of home runs. No, what were you gonna say? It was probably something better than that.
No, I was gonna say like I think what made it even more fun is just the genuine concern that you had, not even for yourself, but definitely for Ricky and like all the adults. At first you're like, okay, what the hell have you been saying about me? Like I'm not, you know, what have you been misconstruing? And then you're like, wait, okay, so you and Principal P have this weird thing, you know, and then it created this beautiful discovery of like, oh, Ricky's bad at telling stories. Like you just, you know, like, and it's, which I was so much fun.
Well, to me, that was the true beauty of Ricky, was that, and it was kind of what I, as the coach, was trying to articulate at the end. Like I, as the coach, and also me, Trent, as the actor, I was like figuring this out as we went. I was like, Ricky isn't really an idiot, but he certainly doesn't understand like power dynamics and how what he's saying can be misconstrued and like stuff like that. Like he is definitely like, you know, a little bro-y, a little spacey, a little airheady, but he's not fully an idiot. Like if LSU is scouting him, his grades have to be good to a certain level, you know? So yeah, also go Tigers. Also, you're right. I totally spelled go wrong the first time. But I got there.
It is actually a hard spelling.
Geaux.
Hell yeah. You got it.
One thing I also wanted to add on it that made this scene great was that whatever the reality was that you were establishing together was the reality. So there was no like judgment or meta commentary on the choices that either one of you were making, especially like Trent. You were obviously very accepting of these like potentially very dangerous offerings that you were getting, and you were just like, yeah, this is how it works. But also like by the same token, like you know, accepting that like you as Ricky, Miranda, you were like, yeah, no, I do tell stories really badly, and I'm going to lean into that and like, you know what I mean? And like understand what Trent's offering you and just take it and run with it. And it was a really cool, like trust exercise between the two of you. Like, it's very clear that you know and trust each other because neither one of you was worried that you were going to be like put into a position that you were, you know, that was going to be like dangerous for either of you.
Yeah. Slice.
No, I totally agree about. Thank you so much. Like, I completely agree. It was like, even this is just like a minute detail of it, of the fact that I knew the second we had like one saying that coach, I just love that the coach had so many sayings, like you always say, and like just that, I knew that I was like, oh yeah, with Trent, that whole wall behind Trent will be full of like directly Broadway is life. That you know, and yeah, it's exactly that, like that the fun trust of just like, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
I mean, it's so nice to be given a gift like that, like be like, your sayings are on the wall. So then it's like, well, in normal times, you like in normal life, a football team would have one saying on the wall, but like, wouldn't it be funnier if there was like 12 different,
Yeah, exactly.
posters all around? And it's just like, it's really nice to be, you were kind of touching on this, Miranda, when you said we were basically tossing each other lobs and we were both hitting home runs, because it was nice to be able to like get a gift from you that I was like, oh, I can just milk this out the whole scene, come back to it for anything. And it felt like, oh shoot, I lost my train of thought. There was something I gave you too that you kept bringing back later, and I was like, it just feels so much more rewarding to be like, it's fun to be like, oh, Miranda's character has a hump, and then Miranda's like, hump the whole scene. But it's way more rewarding if like that hump keeps coming up in ways that interfere. Yeah, it was just like, it was great. It was great. And it was very much, I think a lot of it certainly was a product of us having had played together so much previously. Cause I mean, we certainly haven't played since the pandemic.
Yeah.
But it just felt like old times.
Like no time had passed.
Yeah.
And you definitely could have seen the scene like that. With Slice.
No, I think people have seen a scene like that, especially if it was you and me. I mean,
yeah, if it was me and Trent, that's happened before.
Yeah, but you're right, Val. I did have total trust in Miranda. Like, I wasn't worried. Like, even if the coach was made a pedophile or the principal was made a pedophile, I feel like it wouldn't be Miranda. I trust Miranda enough where either she wouldn't do that, which she didn't, or it would be done in a way where it's like, pedophilia isn't the joke.
Yes. It's Ricky's obliviousness, or his
general ignorance to the world.
Exactly.
And like,
Yeah.
It's just like,
oh, sorry, go
ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Val.
I was just saying the smartest move in the entire scene was when you were like, is the principal kissing you? And you were like, Miranda, you were like, no, he's kissing his wife. It's so gross.
Yeah.
Like, that's perfect. That is the perfect, like, culmination of this scene where we're like, what is going on this entire time?
He just wants kisses.
This kid just thinks it's gross when two adults kiss each other.
Exactly. But it's in a full orgy group.
Well, it's very, honestly, if you think about it, like, it makes sense that he's got these kind of segregated parts of his life where like, he's like, I have to have my adult friends be my adult friends and my kid friends be my kid friends. Because I think it's cool when kids kiss kids, but I think it's gross when adults kiss adults. That's not what I want to be a part of, but I want to be friends with them. I just don't want to, delve. It was just very smart. Miranda is very smart, which is so funny because so oftentimes you are playing idiots, but like I said, you are playing idiots to the height of your intelligence. So they are idiots, but you have the full world around to play with. I don't know. I really thought that was a great example of the best version of that, playing to the height of your intelligence.
It was so, I truly, even during it, I was like, stop laughing, Miranda. Like, as we were playing, I was like,
yeah. How dare you have fun with the scene you're doing?
I'm like, each time I laugh, I turn my camera off.
Yeah, but Miranda, you're not a person who thinks you. What do you think about breaking on stage or in the middle of a show or anything?
I don't mind it. I wouldn't be like, I love a good blend. Like, I love, to me, and I think that's what like made me fall so in love with improv, is that everything is like on the spot. And me and Trent have definitely talked about this, of like just geeked out about it. But I remember being like a teenager and watching improv shows, and I think the best way to describe it was, it always felt like the audience, the team, everything was like all in on a big inside joke. And then when you left the theater and you would try to like explain it to somebody that wasn't there, you'd be like, you had to be there, like
Yeah.
it's that feeling that you're like, wow, this is all happening in the moment. And it's just like this big inside joke. And so to that, like, it was really fun to see like what you're saying, performers on stage, and you're like, they're having a good time and they're like laughing and I'm into it. And then there's those moments where you're like, okay, like hold it in a little, like show me that you're actually breaking, that it is actually breaking, and it's not just like I'm gonna laugh at everything, so it's like,
yeah,
to me, I need an in between.
I totally agree
too.
It can feel like really like disingenuous from certain people. Like if you're laughing through the whole thing, you're like, really, you thought 100% of that show was so funny that you had to audibly laugh even while you're on stage? Because I agree with you. I'm like, if somebody gets me, I'm gonna break. It's like, we're not filming
and you're trying
Phantom
not
Thread.
to.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not like you're sitting there being like you're like covering it, or it just comes out. And I think those are the moments that are so fun. And you're so right. I think that there were certain times that like people would do it and it did feel disingenuous, where it kind of sours the audience, because audiences, as we all know, are quick to change. So like they are with you, but then like I've been in an audience where someone laughs too much and I'm like, it's not that fucking funny.
Yeah.
Then the whole audience is like, who the fuck's this guy? I don't get it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so you lost up, it's like, it's just like a little precipice.
It also feels, oh, go ahead, Val.
No, go, Trent, go.
I was just going to say, it also feels weird for people to start breaking like immediately. Like if you were like, if the first line you were like, gonna get out of the shower, and I was like, okay, well, I'm the coach and here's what I got to tell you. And then you were like, now I'm putting my towel on. Oh, yeah, okay. Like the first couple lines should be funny to the audience, sure. But like if you're making your scene partner break with your initial offering, like, I don't know. You gotta, it has to be real. It's got to be a real break. And I've certainly broken that scene a couple times. You made me laugh. And I have certainly broke playing with you before, and I've broke many times on stage, but I never want it to be in a way where I don't want the audience to be like, I don't want the audience to think like I would think if I was an audience member and be like, that's not a real reaction.
Yeah, I completely agree. I totally agree.
What were you going to say, Val?
Well, I break more than like the average person, and I've had different coaches that have had like very different philosophies. Like obviously I had Katie Klein as a coach, and she is obviously very pro break.
She's pro break big time,
which I love.
And then my most recent coach with Stax was Alex Belisle, and she sort of was like, well, at the end of the day, you're acting, so you're a professional, and you need to kind of treat it like you're a professional. And I appreciate both of those approaches. I think that what I've kind of realized as I've gotten, more experience is like everyone is different. And as long as the reaction is earnest, like as long as the break is not like covering up nervousness because you think you're so fucking funny or like any other sort of disingenuous reason for breaking, I think that it works. Because if you are the type of person like Katie Klein who breaks a lot, like as long as it's genuine, it reads as genuine to the audience, because the audience is smart and they are like gonna pick up on it if it's like a fake or weird like nervous tick, right? Like I broke we were at LSI on Sunday, and I like broke so badly because Ryan, normally I don't love meta shit in a show, but Ryan Burkett, he started a scene with me, and he kind of started confrontational, and so I was reacting to him, and and he goes, I think I started this interaction in conflict, and I'd like to start over. I just started laughing. I couldn't, like, it just caught me so off guard. And I think like it's okay to have a genuine reaction to someone. Like the two most often reasons why I break are either because Ryan Burkett says something that surprises me or because I say something that I didn't realize was going to make the audience laugh.
Yeah.
And it like I like am surprised by the audience's reaction, and then I might like giggle a little bit because I didn't think that it was actually that funny of a thing that I just said, and all of a sudden they're
That
like,
is
ah.
That's so true. There have been times that I've said something and the audience reaction, I'm like, well, that's not what I meant, but hell yeah. And then it does make you laugh. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Yeah.
That I feel like that's always the case too, of like the line where you're like, this one's gonna crush, here we go, and then it gets nothing. And the line that always gets the biggest reaction is when you are just genuinely saying something to somebody and you are like, well, this isn't funny, this is just me telling them, reacting naturally, and then the audience breaks that and you're like, that was funny. Okay.
Hey, you didn't think my last one was funny?
You didn't think my fully prepared line was funny? Come on, guys. That's also like Ryan is so smart, and he is like a naturally funny person, and that type of meta is so funny because someone who's never taken an improv class before and maybe even was seeing their first improv show, to see Ryan be like, I started this in conflict, let's start over again. That's like just funny on its surface, but then it's also funny on a secondary level for any improviser in the audience who's ever taken an improv class. And you're like, no arguments, no conflict, like be positive. Like, it's so funny. Ryan, you're smart.
Ryan, you're smart.
He is so smart.
Well,
I agree.
we can wrap up this week's episode with our praise of Ryan Burkett. Miranda, this was so fun, such a blast, so fun to be able to play with you again. Like I said, you were someone who I really loved watching in Chicago, and I still am just so grateful that I was able to be on a team with you and get to play with you so frequently. And I'm glad that we got to do this one last little thing before we send Miranda off to New York.
Woo!
Miranda's moving, so if you're in Chicago, I don't know, follow her on social media and see if she posts about doing any final shows before she
some final things
makes the big move. You've got like 2 months roughly.
Yeah. Each time I think about it, I'm like,
Also, send Miranda positive vibes because she is nervous about the move. Not about the move itself, but just about having to do the move. So the move itself.
That's a great way to describe that.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky couldn't have possibly done it better. AKA Miranda. Please send me positive vibes. I'm very excited, but very nervous. It's a big mix of all the feelings. Yeah.
Well, you'll do great wherever you are, Miranda. You're, like I said, you're just you're a humble person. You're a real person. You're so kind. You're so giving. You're so silly. You're so goofy. You'll be successful wherever you go. No worries.
Trinity boy.
Nothing to worry about over there. Nothing to worry about over there. You can follow her on Instagram at Sexy Dragon Butt Muncher. The funniest Instagram handle, especially knowing that it is Miranda's. Val, anything you want to say about Trident before we leave, or did we hit all of it at the top?
No, yeah, you hit it all at the top. The only thing, I was gonna say something and then I forgot what it was. I don't know. I'm gonna put the social media stuff right now.
Yeah, throw it in the chat. Thanks everybody for joining us live. If you joined us live, thank you. Who was a suggestion from? Happy times, good times, something like that. Good vibes,
having fun and good times.
Having fun and good times. Thank you for the suggestion.
We love having fun and good times.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, baby.
Go Tigers. And we'll see everybody. If you're watching live, we'll see you in 2 weeks when we're back on twitch.tv/The Trident Network. If you're listening to it on a podcast, it will also be 2 weeks in a podcast form. But yeah, thanks for consuming this in whatever fashion you consumed it. And remember, above all else, the number one most important thing, baby, I love improv.